And you just repeated the slur again. If it doesn't matter, why do you all keep questioning her identity? She's always identified as a black woman. She is biracial. She has a Jamaican father and an Indian mother. She's always identified as both. Why are you questioning that?
Well, George, first of all, this is something that's actually a conversation throughout social media right now. There are a lot of people who are trying to figure this out. But again, that's a side issue, not the main issue. The main issue...
Sir, 1 second. You just did it. You just did it again.
It's the truth, man. It's the truth, George. And this is why we don't want to come on ABC. We don't want any... This is why Trump doesn't want to debate on ABC. You're full of crap. It's the truth. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's mentioning it. It's everywhere you look. But again, most people, like I tell y'all, they don't care for the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. I'm telling y'all, they run away from the truth. And the left, the Dems, they push this identity politics. The race card, gender. First black woman president. The main's one pushing it.
Of the United States.
Why do you insist on questioning her racial identity?
You want me to talk?
I want you to answer my question.
Yelling at George.
Look, he's freaking out, screaming. Look, this is what they do. This is what they do, man.
George, now that you're done yelling at me, let me answer. He talked about it on the stage yesterday in Atlanta for what, 2 minutes? He spent more than 35, 40 minutes going after her record, talking about how radical of a senator that she was. She was the most liberal senator in the United States, in the United States Senate. That is a fact. He talked about the job that she did as vice president of the United States, a job, I will add, which has been a failure for the American people. I know you guys like to glom on to this that he talks about in jest or in a serious manner for about a minute or so, but what you do not cover is the litany of failures of Kamala Harris. That's what you're not covering, George.
Woo! Right there. Shuts him down, obliterates him right there. But they're going to find a way. Find a way. Just watch.
George.
So questioning somebody's racial identity for a couple minutes is okay?
George, I'm going to tell you again, he brought it up. AP is the one that wrote the headline when she first came in to the United States Senate. Didn't talk about her being black, talked about her being the first Indian American senator. AP brought that up. I mean, George, we could have this conversation for the entire segment, but none of this matters to the American people. What matters to the American people is, are we going to have the same policies of the Biden-Harris administration that has been destructive of the American people, or are we going to have the policies of the Trump administration, which put America first, had low inflation, prosperous Americans, no matter your race, no matter your color, no matter your creed, and a foreign policy that kept America safe? Those are the facts that truly matter, because this issue is going to come and go. The lives of the American people is what's going to remain, and that's what matters more than anything else.
If it doesn't matter, I don't understand why you keep on repeating it, why the president keeps on repeating it, why those introducing the president yesterday
George,
keep
actually,
on repeating
I'm not
it.
the one who keeps repeating it. George, you're the one that's bringing it up now. That's you.
You've done it,
I understand why
sir.
You've done it.
You've done it 3 times. Every single answer you gave me. Now let me finish, sir.
George,
every single answer you gave, you repeated the slur.
Look, just disgusting. Just disgusting. And I love how Byron down stands his ground. Ah! I love how he stands his ground. Because we're not going for that crap, man. And I love that he's not spineless. We stand on 10 toes, man. And we need Republicans with a spine to deal with all this crap that they're pushing. You're mad because we answer a question. You see, Trump answers a question, and they go right back to attacking the man. Racist, he's this, he's that, he's that. The same stuff that y'all are pushing. And when people respond, when there's millions and millions of Americans talking about it, you know, just can't accept the truth. They just can't accept the truth, man. Let's jump into the video. I love y'all. This video is going to be something, man. As Byron Donalds just obliterates George Stephanopoulos, I don't know, man. He's going to get obliterated and shut down. Let's jump in, y'all. Dewey. That's all they're getting right now. You know, how do you ask a question and then be mad when it's answered? That's all we've seen, y'all. And then the saddest part about this, they the one that pushed this. They ran with it. Identity politics, gender, the race card. First black woman president. And then is mad when you see that she pushed all this Indian hair, this Indian and all that out. She promoted that. And then when you start playing these clips of the truth, everybody's mad. He's a racist when he answers the question. So I love Brian Donalds, and y'all know, oh boy. I love when a Republican goes in there and puts his foot down on these woke, fake media stations. ABC, oh George, shuts down George. And y'all know, man, Brian Donalds was in my top 3 for VP. As long as he's in the cabinet, I'm happy. I'll be happy, y'all. Brian, what y'all think of Brian Donalds, man? A lot of people on the channel Brian Donalds was in there, top 3, top 5 as well, for VP. And I mean, he has been killing it lately, y'all. And he hasn't been backing down, you know. And right now, we don't need anybody without a spine. I ain't lying to you. We do not need anybody without a spine. But let me get a sip of this gin and juice real quick. Let me get a sip of this gin and juice, man. Because, you know, I told y'all, until November, we're going to hear about identity politics. And the left, the Democrats, they pushed this. They pushed it out. You know? They want everybody to be known. She's black. She's black. Even if she's not black or not. I don't know if she's Chinese, Vietnamese, Puerto Rican. Is she a Latino, Mexican? Look, I don't know. But that's what they're pushing. Identity politics. And then mad when people answer the question. And then they get mad, even madder when you ask the question again. These are the times we're living in, y'all. And it's a disgrace. It's sad. And there are some people out there, as you've seen, that are only voting. They don't care about policies. They don't care about. They only care about identity politics. Oh, black women haven't done any research. Completely out of touch. They don't even know what has happened these last 3.5, 4 years, and that we are in big trouble. We are in big trouble, y'all. Oh, that's that moonshine, that gin and juice in there. Y'all see them? Only them patrons know about this right here. Only them patrons know about this gin and juice with that moonshine in there. Only them patrons know about that gin and juice and moonshine. Oh, don't let them bury this, y'all. Do not let them bury it. Shout out to Kathy. Y'all know she sent me this cup. Y'all send me some amazing gifts, man. Amazing things. So many loving emails, paragraphs, DMs on Instagram. I be trying to respond back to so many of y'all every single day, man. It has gotten even harder to respond back to everybody because we have videos going viral left and right. So much love and support on this channel, man. But a lot of people, you know, are going through it right now. They're looking for answers. We're all looking for answers. You know, we have a very, very important election. Millions of people are struggling right now. Are declining right now. Are declining. We are declining. America isn't America anymore. You know? And I tell you now, most people don't want to hear, we don't care about no identity politics. We don't want to hear about the LGBTQ, the abortion, all this stuff that left up to the state. We don't want to hear about it. We want to hear about the main problems and issues right now. We love our women. We get the women's rights. We get all that. We get it. You know, and then they continue to wipe this man through the mud. And just lie on the man. Push, you know, and they're still trying to run off this Project 2025. He hasn't endorsed it, you know, and then, you know, really wants nothing to do with it. But oh, Trump's a liar. He's Hitler. He's a racist. Same people that used to love this man. Same people. But I tell you, once he became a Republican, walked down and came down that elevator, people flipped the switch. They don't care. You know? It's real, man. And I encourage everybody to think for yourself. Think for yourself. Do your own research. That's how we got here to where we're at today. Thinking for ourselves, man. And I used to be brainwashed myself. In a so-called never Trumper myself. And just look how they wiped the man through the mud. And they're back attacking him, doing all this. They don't care if he just took a bullet for the country. They don't care. And as you can see, they're trying to bury. They want you to forget this. Yeah. Pay attention to everything that's going on. And watch this mid-August. Watch these next 3 months, y'all.
Just bring in Republican Congressman and Trump ally Byron Donalds. Congressman, thank you for joining us this morning. Why is former President Trump questioning the Vice President's racial identity?
Well, first, George, in Chicago, he was responding to a question from, I believe, Rachel Scott. Like, this is really a phony controversy. I don't really care. Most people don't. But if we're going to be accurate, when Kamala Harris went into the United States Senate, it was AP that said she was the first Indian American United States senator. It was actually played up a lot when she came into the Senate. Now she's running nationally. Obviously, the campaign has shifted. They're talking much more about her father's heritage and her black identity. It doesn't really matter. The president mentioned it. What he also talks about far more frequently is the fact that Kamala Harris is the person who created this massive inflation, which is destroying black families, white families, Hispanic families. It's her failure as border czar that has left our southern border wide open, more than 10 million illegal immigrants coming into our country, record fentanyl coming into our country, which has killed more Americans than at any other point in the history of our country with respect specifically to fentanyl. And the fact that she and Joe Biden have unleashed one of the worst foreign policies in the history of our country that has us on the verge of World War III. That is Kamala Harris's record. President Trump talks about that frequently, but yes, he did mention it in Chicago in response to a question from Rachel Scott.
And you just repeated the slur again. If it doesn't matter, why do you all keep questioning her identity? She's always identified as a black woman. She is biracial. She has a Jamaican father and an Indian mother. She's always identified as both. Why are you questioning that?
You see how y'all keep asking the question, buddy. Somebody tell that fella take his glasses off. Take his glasses off. Take your glasses off. I don't think. Take that suit and tie off, sir. Hold on, y'all gotta get a sip of that gin and juice.
Well, George, first of all, this is something that's actually a conversation throughout social media right now. There were a lot of people who are trying to figure this out. But again, that's a side issue, not the main issue. The main issue.
Sir, one second. You just did it. You just did it again.
Of the United States.
Why do you insist on questioning her racial identity?
You want me to talk?
I want you to.
And you see how you see how they attack. You see the difference on the other side. Do you see the difference? This is what I'm talking about, man. Y'all asked the question though. We give you an answer. You ask the question, we give you an answer. And I love how Brian Donalds, man, I'm telling you. This was my VP, y'all. Y'all know my top 3. And those top 3 were some strong candidates, I'm telling you. We not going for it, George. You're asking the question, buddy. And everybody's asking the exact same questions. Everybody's saying the exact same thing. And then when Trump answers, he's a racist. But y'all are running off identity politics. Y'all are pushing for this. And they're pushing for this to get votes. Oh, black woman president. Oh, she's a woman. She's black. Oh.
Answer my question.
Yelling at George, now that you're done yelling at me, let me answer. He talked about it on the stage yesterday in Atlanta for what, 2 minutes? He spent more than 35, 40 minutes going after her record, talking about how radical of a senator that she was. She was the most liberal senator in the United States, in the United States Senate. That is a fact. He talked about the job that she did as vice president of the United States, a job, I will add, which has been a failure for the American people. I know you guys like to glom on to this that he talks about in jest or in a serious manner for about a minute or so, but what you do not cover is the litany of failures of Kamala Harris. That's what you're not covering, George.
So questioning somebody's racial identity for a couple minutes is okay?
George, I'm going to tell you again, he brought it up. AP is the one that wrote the headline when she first came in to the United States Senate. Didn't talk about her being black, talked about her being the first Indian American senator. AP brought that up. I mean, George, we could have this conversation for the entire segment, but none of this matters to the American people. What matters to the American people is, are we going to have the same policies of the Biden-Harris administration that has been destructive of the American people, or are we going to have the policies of the Trump administration, which put America first, had low inflation, prosperous Americans, no matter your race, no matter your color, no matter your creed, and a foreign policy that kept America safe? Those are the facts that truly matter, because this issue is going to come and go. The lives of the American people is what's going to remain, and that's what matters more than anything else.
If it doesn't matter, I don't understand why you keep on repeating it, why the president keeps on repeating it, why those introducing the president yesterday
George,
keep on repeating it.
I'm not the one who keeps repeating it. George, you're the one that's bringing it up now.
Yeah.
That's you.
You've done it,
I understand why
sir. You've done it. You've done it
Because,
3 times. Every single answer you gave me. Now let me finish, sir.
George,
every single answer you gave, you repeated the slur.
You asked me, George. That's why I'm pushing back on you now. George, you asked me the question 3 times. I responded, but I'm.
And every single time you repeat the slur. That is exactly my point. You simply can't say that it's wrong.
George, so then what you're saying, and I want to get off this topic because it's not the only thing that's going on. But George, now you're saying that AP is the one that slurred Kamala Harris, because those are the facts. You can go to the internet and look at the clips, George, if you want to, or we can talk about this now. I prefer to talk about the future of our country, because the American people are struggling. The American people do need serious policy decisions to be made, and they need serious leadership on the world stage. Kamala Harris has not proven that she can do that. Donald J. Trump has proven that he can do that.
AP did not.
Yeah. Look, he goes right back to it. You see the way their minds work on the other side, and this is why we will never move forward. Salute to that brother right there, Brian Donald, man. Salute to that brother right there. Absolutely obliterated George Stephanopoulos, I don't know. He just absolutely obliterated him. Destroyed him. Shut him down live on air. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it, man. And we need more. I'm telling you, we got to have a spine. You can't get up there and fold. You can't get up there and fold like a wet bag and crumble up. You know when that bag that paper bag get wet? No. Salute to that brother there, man. Man, this done raised my blood pressure up, man. Get a sip of this gin and juice.
Say that Kamala Harris is not black. She is biracial. She is Indian. She is black. You continue to repeat the fact that you continue to repeat the slur. I don't understand why you and the president do it, but it's clear you're not going to say that it's wrong. And you've now established that for our audience. Trump also said at the convention that he would pardon January 6 rioters.
Everybody look for themselves. Let's move on.
I've already said that. Go ahead.
Internet, everybody. Let's move on. There we go.
So, go on and repeat the slurs again. Trump also said at the convention that he would pardon January 6 rioters who assaulted police officers. Do you support that?
Actually, what he said is that he was going to review every single case. He even repeated that again in Chicago at the NABJ. Listen, what we do understand is that the Department of Justice under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they did massively push up charges on people who protested at the Capitol and some who rioted at the Capitol on January 6th. So what he's talking about is doing a case-by-case review. You can lump it all together all you want, but those are the words of Donald J. Trump. I'm quite sure on the internet people can pull up that clips. They can watch it at their own leisure.
I'll read it to you right now. This was Rachel Scott's question. My question is on those rioters who assaulted officers. Would you pardon those people? Oh, absolutely, I would. That's his words.
Yes, but you did not leave in was the rest of his comments where he said, yeah, I would, but we want to look at everything on a case-by-case basis. That's what will happen, George.
No, that's not what he said. He said if they were innocent, I would pardon them. Okay. They've all been convicted. He said he would pardon those who assaulted police officers. Do you support that or not?
George, you just changed the soundbite. You just changed it. Now you added, if they're innocent, then I will pardon them. Let's go back to the record of January 6th. Again, not something that matters.
I didn't change the soundbite. That's exactly what he said. They've been convicted.
George, the first thing you said was, yes, I'll pardon them. Then you expanded.
And he said that.
To say, if they are innocent, then yes, I will. That's what you said, George. Now I'm responding. Okay. So what he's saying is that, yeah, I will go and look at these cases. If they're innocent, yes, I will. Of course, if somebody was beating up a police officer at January 6th, he's not going to do that. But if you had people who were just walking through the Capitol, which did occur on January 6th, because the security protocols had changed because of that riot at the Capitol, then what he would do is not allow them to be held in jail with these massively increased charges by the current U.S. attorney in D.C. under the Biden-Harris administration. Compare that to the fact that at the rally that the riots that just occurred at Union Station when Bibi Netanyahu was speaking to Congress, you had the same U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia who decided to just let people go and not file any charges, even though they were defacing monuments at Union Square. So we want to be fair with the justice system. We don't want to be political with the justice system.
Boy, now y'all see where that's headed to. And I just want to let that, but the main part of this video you have already seen, man. You know, with this whole identity politics. But again, mad when people answer the question. And to be honest with you, we don't care. We do not care, man. We get to the main problems and issues that we have now. And she's one of the reasons why vice president, where we're at now, these last 3.5, 4 years. With huge salute to that brother, man. Goes on there and shuts it down. Obliterates George Janopoulos, Mawopoulos, Jamalopoulos. I don't know, man. Because these people are lost, man. Far gone, you know. Literally crying live on air. Crying. But we're going to keep it real, y'all. We're going to keep it real with you. Yes, indeed. No sugarcoating it, man. And I'm glad we got people in there. Republicans are stepping, man. We stomping the ground. No spineless. No spine. You got to have a spine. You got to stand on 10 toes. A huge salute to Brian Donalds, man. But hey, what do y'all think of that? Comment down below. I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life, man. I love y'all. Hope y'all have an amazing rest of your weekend. Whenever you're watching this, that you're just in good spirits and a good condition. Praying for you guys and your family. Prayers for America. Prayers for Trump, man. Because we don't know what to expect these next couple of days, weeks, months, this next year. We don't know what to expect, man. And especially in these next 3 months. So, boy. The continues, man. I love y'all. And I'll catch you beautiful people in the next one, man. Peace and love.